We talked about it for the last few weeks. Everyone's been saying hashtag EGE for the last few weeks. Free for, as a lot of the Chiefs players have been wearing their shirts. Free Rashee Rice, putting the hashtags on Twitter and Instagram. But today we finally got it. Rashee Rice was back in Kansas City and playing for the Chiefs. And it was the first time we see Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, and Rashee Rice in the same field together. And today, Rashee Rice made his presence known. And guys, come on, baby. Rice, baby. That's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing today. But today, Rashee Rice, 7 for 42. Immediately they got him involved. 10 targets, led the team in targets. 7 for 42, 2 touchdowns. 9 different guys caught a ball today in this offense. So when they talk about everybody eating, everybody ate. 9 different guys got involved. Here's the kicker. 7 different guys caught a pass of 28 or more yards, or had accumulated 28 or more yards receiving today. 7 guys at 28 or more. Because Pat had 286 yards passing, and his leading receiver had 54 yards in Travis Kelce. So everybody just had 30, 40, 30. Everyone's collectively had 30 and 40 yards, which is just unreal. So the EGE era has begun in Kansas City, and it was off to a stellar start. Rashee got a touchdown, and Hollywood got a touchdown. We need a worthy touchdown at some point, and Kelce get involved too. So the whole everybody can eat as far as touchdowns wise. But just looking at the play-by-play structure here, from the jump up until Pat leaves the game at the end of the third quarter, 9 plays, 92 yards, touchdown. 17 plays, 84 yards, touchdown. 16 plays, 94 yards, touchdown. Halftime. 11 plays, 65 yards, touchdown. 9 plays, 66 yards, field goal. And then Pat ends up leaving the game after that. So 5 straight scoring possessions, man. 4 for 4 in the red zone. And I know technically we were 4 for 5 in the red zone because we got that ball from Kenny Pickett and we just ended up running it 4 straight times. I don't count that. So we were 4 for 4 in the red zone today. But we talked about the EGE era coming and how everyone was going to eat in this game, in this offense, and how it could look like with Rashee Rice being with all these guys. Honestly, for me, it's man, if all these injuries didn't happen last year and Hollywood never got hurt in the beginning of the season and preseason, and Rashee Rice never got hurt week 3, we could have seen this era start even earlier. But for whatever reason, it started a year later than it should have, and that's okay. But what were your just overall thoughts on how the offense looked and how just Rashee kind of opened up everything in the way he did?
He had 10 targets too, so they definitely did try feeding him the ball. I think it looked great. I think he individually looked great. I thought he was explosive, decisive, crisp. It looked like he had been practicing, man. It looks like he's been getting his timing down with Mahomes. It looks like they didn't miss a beat. Again, individually, coming off a torn ligament in his knee, I thought he just looked really good. In a time where guys come back, but they look good and they're getting involved, but he just looked really explosive and sharp. I love seeing that. That's very important. It's good to see Worthy take a tough hit and come back from it. Our offense looked great. We had 2 running backs run the ball for a total of 29 times. I do think part of that's because we were killing them trying to run the clock. But just taking that away, Pacheco still had 15 carries. I think 13 of those were when we were still it was still a game, kind of, when they were still running a normal offense, when it wasn't just trying to kill clock. So we did definitely try to run the ball more often, I think, in this game before it became just a joke. But, yeah, they just looked really sharp. A couple of bad throws from Mahomes that should have been picked. A couple of them. But I think he's so loose. He was so loose today in this game, thinking he could just do whatever the hell he wanted. And just kind of just threw some bad balls. He thought they can't pick this off. They didn't. So, but I like that. I like that version of him. I don't want him to be gun shy. I like that he's letting it rip. And this is the game where you can do that too, right? Don't do that in a 17-14 game with 2 minutes left. Do that when you're up, 28-0. But yeah, again, no notes. I love the way they spread it around. Rashard Smith got very involved in the passing game. I love seeing that. I think that's more to come. I think he's just yet another weapon. We're really adding 2 weapons, right? Because Rashee Rice is coming back from being gone, but Rashard Smith's learning how to play football in the NFL before our very eyes. So every week he gets exposed to more, and we expose him to more. of the offense and different looks. And I think by season's end, he might be someone who's just a legit threat out of the backfield to catch balls. I don't know about being our main back, but just to catch balls, just a huge advantage of him. They love running that screen. It's nice to see a screen pass work to a running back again. It's been a while. So yeah, it was great to see. And missing a lineman, next man up mentality. It was good. It was great to see that too. Like I don't like seeing Trey Smith gone, but I don't know the stats of Caliendo and his grades, but from a first time live view, it looks like Caliendo did a pretty good job in that game. So I'm happy about everything.
Yeah, I mean, the O-line injuries and the Omar Norman line injuries are going to be my take. Like the concerning things from this game, right? Because the one thing when you have a game like this, you just want to come out unscathed. That's why when Pat, the 6 seconds marker of the third quarter, is like, all right, he's putting the headset on. That's it. We're done. And that was like, okay, they just want to get the heck out of this game. It's done at this point. That's why the carries are carries. I mean, whatever. It just, I just think it's at a certain point, it was like, okay, it's beefed up, just kind of the way it was beefed up in the Ravens game, too. They just want to get the heck out of Dodge. But yeah, no, I agree with that. But looking at the what you said, right, the targets and Rashee Smith, he was a second on a team in targets today and catches. So 7 catches for Rashee Rice, 10 targets for Rashee Rice, 5 catches and 5 targets for Rashee Smith. So they are getting him more and more involved and more touches. And honestly, I actually liked what I saw from him as far as running the ball. I know it was at the end of the game when he was getting most of his totes, but not bad, man. Not bad at all. Kareem Hunt and Kareem Hunt kind of scared us a little bit with that ankle injury that he had, but he ended up going back in and converting a 4th and 1 a couple of plays later. So it was good to have him back and not hurt in that respect. But
he got stuffed on that 3rd and 1, which I think was his first carry after the injury.
Yep. Yeah.
But then he came back to himself. Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, I loved offensive what I saw, and I just think there's a good comment here from on the Brown. EGE era means no one is getting paid, and the numbers won't match the top receivers' max money, making max salary. Good thing they're all still young. It'll be interesting because I don't know if Hollywood will be able to stay. If Hollywood will stay around past this year, because I think he will get paid in the offseason, right? He's taken 2 prove-it deals in a row. Only got to see him once. Pretty much last year barely played. So he took another prove-it year deal this year, and he leads our league and he leads our team in receiving touchdowns. Who knows what his numbers will look like by the end of the season? So I can see Hollywood leading. I would love to have Hollywood stick around on a solid deal. I'd love to keep him and Tyquan around in solid prices because Rice and Worthy are still on rookie deals right now. So you can pay those other guys a decent amount. And I don't think Juju's going to break the bank anywhere else. I think he found a role here. He's already gotten the big money elsewhere. I think Juju's fine to stick around with us. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in the offseason with those guys. But yeah, the EGE era, it does kind of mean that let's see how close these guys can remain, and hopefully they can all hopefully hook them up with State Farm deals so they can get paid outwardly, not just through the salary cap.
Winning and cohesion and fun, having fun, and liking your life, loving your life and loving your job every day, that can compensate for a couple million here and there when you're already making many million, right? So we'll see. I think I wouldn't be surprised if all those guys accept a little less in order to stay. And you already see that trend from Chief players. So it's like when you see other guys in your team accepting a little less than what they're worth, then if that's what we got to do to make it stay, then let's keep it going. So I'm not going to worry about that yet, though.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.